Starting a new business means stepping into a thick, blinding fog without a map. You don't know who your customers are, what they actually want, or if your idea will even work. At this stage, even a brilliant idea is effectively a hypothesis. You have no data yet to prove that anyone will actually pay for what you're imagining. And here is where most founders make their first major error. They try to navigate this extreme uncertainty using traditional management tools designed for predictable, established companies. The most common tool they reach for is the Business Model Canvas, or BMC. It is a fantastic, world-class framework if you already know exactly what your business model is and just need to execute it. Using it for a startup creates an illusion of control. Filling boxes with guesses about supply chains or revenue streams often leads founders to mistake their own imaginations for a validated strategy. This split-screen comparison shows the core conflict. On the left, established businesses face execution risk, the challenge of building a known product correctly. On the right, startups face market risk, the danger of navigating the fog to build something nobody actually wants. If your product doesn't even exist yet, spending weeks trying to lock down key partners or optimize a supply chain is a complete waste of your time. Applying an execution framework to a discovery problem creates a high risk of spending your entire budget on a product the market never requested. To fix this, entrepreneur Ash Maurya took the BMC and surgically altered it. He built the Lean Canvas specifically to handle the extreme uncertainty of a new venture. Watch what happens to the traditional 9-block grid. Maurya stripped away 4 administrative blocks that only matter once stable, leaving blank spaces to focus on market reality. The first major swap replaces key partners with the problem block. You must list the top 3 most painful problems your target customer experiences. If you can't articulate their pain, you shouldn't build a solution. You also must identify existing alternatives, documenting how the customer survives without your product, like using a messy spreadsheet. This forces you to put your ego aside. You have to accept the possibility that the problem you want to solve isn't actually painful enough to matter. Without a validated, painful problem to solve, you are building a solution for a customer who does not feel the need to buy it. Next, the framework removes key activities and replaces it with a hyper-focused solution block tied directly to the problem. You can only define 3 core features, each directly solving one of the specific problems identified. Doing this means you have to be willing to launch an incomplete, unpolished product to test those features, rather than waiting a year for perfection. The third swap eliminates key resources for a key metrics block. This tracks what matters right now. Instead of a 12-month budget, you need actionable, short-term metrics, like a 7-day waitlist sign-up rate or early pre-orders. A metric-first approach forces you out of the building. You have to face brutal, immediate market rejection in days, preventing you from hiding in the development phase. These short-term pass-or-fail numbers act as your early warning system. They tell you exactly when to pivot or fold, helping you avoid significant financial losses later. The final swap replaces generic customer relationships with unfair advantage. This defines your true defensive barrier against competitors. A real moat cannot easily be bought or copied. It is an exclusive insider network, a patent, or proprietary data. A marketing claim like, "we have their design," is not an unfair advantage. To see how these 4 swaps apply in reality, consider the case of a Tier 2 auto parts factory manager. He wanted to build a digital marketplace to connect local factories directly with scrap metal foundries. Factories generate massive amounts of metal waste, and clearing out this heavy, unused inventory is a constant physical burden that ties up their floor space. Following a traditional business plan, he budgeted $2 million baht and 6 months to code a fully featured application. But when he launched, nobody downloaded it. Factory owners preferred their old, low-tech method of having a regular buyer just drive up with a truck. This quadrant shows the trap he fell into. He put massive effort into building the app, but achieved 0 actual market validation. Now look at the Lean Canvas approach. Using his unfair advantage, his deep personal network of regional factory owners, he tested the core problem using a simple, free messaging group online. Within 3 days, 150 factory owners joined the group, actively asking for scrap pickup prices. He proved the demand existed without spending a single baht on software development. Validation requires minimal capital and provides clear evidence. Skipping it means risking substantial resources on a product that exists only as a theory in your head. So, how do you decide which framework belongs on your desk today? This flowchart maps decisions by project phase. Starting fresh and searching for problem-solution fit? Follow this branch straight to the lean canvas. Already have a working product and scaling operations? Take the second path to deploy the business model canvas. If you are a startup founder and you do not intimately understand how your customer currently solves their problem, stop writing code and stop building immediately. If you own an established business launching an internal innovation project, protect your core capital. Treat your new team like a broke, unfunded startup until they prove the market wants what they are making. Before you authorize any budget for a new venture, run your idea through a strict diagnostic scorecard. Look at the first item on the list. You must validate the specific customer problem before you ever spend a dime on the solution. Once your lean canvas is filled out and the problem is clear, your only remaining move is to figure out how to build a minimum viable product for $0. The lean canvas provides the compass for navigating the fog, while the business model canvas offers the blueprint for the building. Finding a painful problem is always step one.